Cancerians, this past is not going to let go easy. So don't expect this to be a smooth ride this week, but it's going to be well worth it because you're starting to feel the momentum of the change. And what is that change? Everything that you are working for and that you have desired. Because let's say this was a full moon in Capricorn. So it's got to do with karma. What have you built up? How hard have you worked? How have you applied yourself steadily every single day and, gone after it? That's that kind of energy. And so if the answer is yes, whatever those flags were, whatever those complications were, whatever those challenges were, that shit is clearing up. But it's not going to go. It's not going to be pushed aside without kicking and scratching. That's okay because you got some mighty defenses on your side this week. This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot for Cancer. It is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. It's for whatever the position it applies to in your chart. So, just check that stuff out. It's an energy reading. There is a new reading every single week. So remember, subscribe to the channel and then ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Cancerian content comes out every single Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, so that I hope you get those notifications. And remember, I also have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation, where I do a daily tarot card reading, a general reading that I hope you can join in because it's a live chat. I'll attach the link right above to that. So what cards came up first? You see clearly now. The miracles are endless and see the big picture. Now, all of those things coincide with what? This full moon. You see clearly now, 100%, this full moon was in opposition to a Mercury-Sun conjunction. So that's the light popping on. It's like, oh, I never realized it before. Oh, I never saw it before. Oh, I never thought that before. And now all of a sudden it became clear. So there's clarity here. There's also a sense of truth, a sense of finally realizing something. Could be about yourself, could be about what's going on outside. You see clearly now. And then the miracles are endless. So there's a lot of abundance here. And these two cards coming out together suggest that it's about seeing the path. Finally, the path is clear to abundance. The path of abundance is clear. Something is all of a sudden very clear to you. It doesn't mean it's built for you. It doesn't mean it's ready. It doesn't mean it's there magically. No, but it means that now you know the direction to go. You still got to pick up the wood, the hammer and the nails. You still got to build the road. You still got to go to work. But the wonderful thing about it is it's productive work. It's work where you know you're getting somewhere because there's clarity behind it. And then there's see the big picture. And this is giraffe energy, which is looking in the distance. It's also Taurus energy. It's understanding that there's more to life than the particulars. There's more. It's seeing long term. That's what it is. It's long-term success. It's long-term prosperity. It's long-term abundance. And seeing that where that lies in the future. You know what? I'm going to attach the daily tarot card reading from today. I'm going to attach it somewhere above here. I'm trying to remember the time that it is. Because you really need to listen to the daily. It was exceptional. And I know it had very strong Cancerian vibes all about it. So I want you to watch it. It was a lot of major arcana, fate, organized. There's something there that you had nothing to do with, that the cosmos just had to align with. But ultimately, now there's a clearing. Now there's a space. I think it's going to surprise you. I honestly don't think that you've thought about it this way before. But that's what the Mercury-Sun conjunction is. That's what the opposition is. Being able to let go. That's what full moons are about, Cancer. It's about being able to let go of the pain, the suffering, the shit from the past, so that you don't make decisions based on what has happened already, but instead you're making decisions based on where you see that there's opportunity. And that was the blessing of this full moon. We have believe in yourself, planting seeds. This is Virgo energy, so it's more work. Maybe you're starting a new job. Maybe you're starting a new project. it's that the magic of Virgo is not in the instantaneous gratification. It's seeing the long term. It's seeing what is a good investment. That's what this is talking about. Planting your seeds for a new investment. You're starting something new. It's an investment. It's long term. It means that I'm going to be there to continuously cultivate it. New seeds are planted. I don't know what for yet. And the truth is, it may be different for all of you, because it may be, happening in different areas of your life. Life is speeding up. This is Gemini. So this is, you see his antlers. They're coming together. Things are starting to come together. Things are finally starting to come together in your mind. That speaks to the clarity. Being able to put 2 and 2 together to add it all up and understand it finally. The answer wasn't right in front of you. The resources for the answer were right in front of you. Like an equation, the answer isn't in front of you, but in the problem itself, you have all the answers you need. You just have to figure it out. And this is finally being able to figure it out. This could also be communications coming in. Talking to somebody one-on-one. It would be a one-on-one conversation. That's Gemini energy. So it doesn't happen in a big group. This would be happening on a phone call. This would be happening online. This would be happening person to person, maybe with Gemini. This is very mercurial though. So because we have Gemini and Virgo energy, it's about communication and intellect, putting things together. This is about strategy. And could be about commerce. I just heard that in my mind, something about commerce. I don't know what you guys are planning or if you're selling something, but it could be something to do with that as well. Co-create with spirit. So this is divinely guided. This is not just you shooting the shit. This is actually you reacting to or acting upon, acting upon inspiration. That's exactly what this is. Co-create with spirit, almost like out of the dark. I don't know if this opportunity comes out of the dark. This and that are true. That tells me that there's wiggle room. That tells me that things aren't set in stone. That tells me that just because somebody else is doing it doesn't mean you can't do it too. That tells me that you're starting to see things from a different perspective, because there's not only one perspective that's true. And maybe it may not be there's only one thing that's good for you. Instead, there's another option that you're seeing, could have been right in front of you this whole time, but you didn't see it as an actual option. But now all of a sudden you're realizing, holy crap, this is going to look so much better. This is going to work out so much better for me. This is looking better and better every single day. Let's go a little bit into the astrology so that you guys understand what's happening with that. The moon after this full moon is going to last for about 3 days. So it happened on Wednesday. You're getting this video on Friday. You'll be feeling it for a while. And I feel like there's a reverberation throughout this month into the next 2 months, the sort of ricochet over the next 2 full moons. So that's 2 months out. That's why I want you to go watch that daily tarot card reading that I did on Astrology Motivation today, because it tells you there's a prediction there. What's been set off now will come into fruition or culminate in about 2 months from now during Virgo season. So it's almost like the seeds are planted and there's time for you to make change. Now, maybe you don't know how you're going to make that change. It will come. That's what this is. Co-create with spirit. Let spirit be your guide. Those answers will be given to you as you go along the way. Maybe you don't know them now. You don't have to know everything up front. It's just set the wheel in motion and then take one step at a time. So what the moon is doing, it will conjunct to Saturn. I think about Friday. It'll conjunct to Neptune. I think about Sunday. And then at the end of this week, or right before, about Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's going to be conjunct to Uranus and Mars. and Mars, both in Taurus, in opposition to the South Node. So all of this is about, it's not going to be easy for us to let go of our past, but we're going to have the energy and the will and the inspiration to let go of our past. We want to make this change. So there's a change that's coming in your life. It is a definite yes. It is going to pose some challenges, but I think you want the challenges. Or if you don't want the challenges, it doesn't really matter. Despite the challenges, you're going to move forward with this. Since it's all culminating in Taurus, I could say that it's definitely something tangible. I don't know if you guys are actually moving, shifting jobs, changing resources, selling things. Something like that is happening, and there's this big charge or burst forward in it for you by the end of this week. I'm not saying everything falls into place by the end of this week, but Cancers, you're definitely going to feel relief, number one. If you haven't said it out loud yet, whatever it is, if you haven't said it out loud yet, you will be able to say it out loud by the end of this week, and you will be able to actually start the physicality, the physical interaction with it. I keep saying it. So what is it? Depends on who the fuck you are, right? It could be a new romance. It could be a new job. It could be a new living arrangement. It could be any of those things. But it is definitely something that has been knocking back and forth in your brain. I just saw 11:11, and suddenly there's a realization, there's an awakening, there's now I get it, now I get it, or okay, this is the right decision, this is the right choice. So it's what's been knocking around in your brain. You will make that decision, and then I tell you, you're going to feel such relief from making that decision. It's almost like you have a whole new life. Nothing may have changed. Your income may not have changed, your bills may not have gone away. All the day-to-day could be in the exact same place. What I'm telling you is it's not going to matter, because once that confusion is gone, once that constant, arguing with yourself is gone, it's legitimately, Cancerians, like that was the burden. It was the confusion. It was the arguing with yourself. It was the not being able to settle on one thing or the other. That's exactly what is over and done with. We have another here, Gemini. Communication is key. Talking to somebody, communicating with somebody. You're having a conversation. What I want to know is what happens during this conversation. Can you tell me that? What is this conversation? It's a conversation that makes you go, it's like it changes everything. It clears everything up. There's some help that's coming for you. There's some support. It's realizing that somebody cares about you and loves you. And it's during this conversation that you realize that. Or that you can help somebody else out, and maybe you want to help them out, because now it's like all of a sudden you have purpose. All of a sudden you know exactly what your purpose is. May not be for the rest of your life, but for right now, and that means you have seen the next step. It's almost like you were looking out into a fog and you didn't know where the next step was. Now all of a sudden you've seen the next step. It's got something to do with somebody helping you. Maybe somebody's willing to help you. Somebody's willing to carry you. Somebody's willing to spend time with you. Somebody's willing to invest in you, or vice versa. You're willing to invest in them. So that's what it has to do with. There's some sort of conversation around that. Tell me more about this conversation. This is Gemini energy. It could be education and learning, but tell me more about this conversation. Recognition and reward, and then Sacral Chakra. Recognition and reward, and then Sacral Chakra. Recognition and reward, and then Sacral Chakra. Recognition and reward is here. So somebody's calling you to tell you that you're recognized for something, you're rewarded for something, or somebody's just acknowledging that you're good at it. You're good at something. There's a call or communication that comes in and says, I want to invest in you. I believe in you. This is recognition and reward for your hard work. And then Sacral Chakra comes out as well. So it gets you in the gut, or you've been feeling this in your gut for a while. There's sort of a gut reaction, or it kind of like it's like it hits you in the gut is what I want to say, but not in a bad way, in a good way. It really you know, it just has that impact on you, like, wow. Maybe you didn't realize people were noticing. You didn't realize somebody saw you. You didn't, whatever it is, that it really like, gets you. But you're fired up and you're supercharged. Sacral Chakra also has to do with sort of your fuel tank for your body, sort of more like a fuel pump, right? It's all of a sudden, it's like, oh, it's almost like you get a reward, or you get help, or you get assistance, or somebody acknowledges your value by giving you the fuel that you need to be able to get something done. Without it, you may not have had this, but there's just like a push, like a push through, finally, of something that, it may not be a reward. It could be a job. Either way, it's your selected, you're chosen, you're the one with the medal around your neck. You're the one that gets it. Recognition and reward, sacral chakra, maybe even rewarded for something that you felt in your gut and shared with people. You talked about it, you communicated it, and that is what sort of demonstrates that you're different, that you're valuable, you have value outside of the traditional or the obvious. It could be something like that as well. For most of you, I do believe that it is just a sense of something gets you in the gut because you're finally recognized for it. And then you have the ability and you have the resources to be able to go after something. Okay. Okay. I got to see which cards want to talk to me next. Just want to be certain. I want to know what this reward is for. Leo energy is here. So this is the sun. It's your heart purpose. It's your soul purpose. Or it's something that you are very passionate about. You stand out with regards to this. There's a lot of sun energy. And you can see this here. Recognition and reward. It's like finally being recognized. The sun coming out. The sun shining on you. Finally letting the sun shine on you. And these complications that are pushed away. I don't know how. I want to know how it happens. I want to know more details. Piscean energy is here. Pisces comes out. This could have been, it's regard Pisces, something that had kept you down. Maybe you've been giving too much of yourself away. Some sort of addiction or addictive tendencies, things that you need to rise above. Distraction, illusion, finally not being deluded anymore. Rising above the delusion, rising above the cloud of fantasy, rising above what is easy and what is addictive. It's like it burns it off. You have the sun here, and then you have Pisces like being stuck underwater. You're finally coming out of a rut. I think in the most simple way, finally coming out of a rut, finally being able to get to the surface again. You've been drowning, you've been clogged, maybe you have been heavily burdened, but it's like you're finally able to rise above that. And come out into the light. Okay, but I need specifics now. I'm just looking for what cards will give those to me. Recognition about what? Recognition about what, though? I can't do ambiguity. So between worlds, and you were stuck in the in-between. And that could have been kind of gotten you down or distracted you in some way. You know, you were in transition and maybe you kind of lost yourself for a little bit. Clean it up. It's like a fixer-upper. It's like a fixer-upper. But something is in transition. Something has been a fixer-upper. You've still been working on something. You haven't been completed. I said that from the beginning of the reading. There is something here that hasn't been completed. It was in transition. Maybe you were in transition. You were in transition for something. Clean it up. There's 2 3s here. Something that needs fixing. Something that needs fixing. What? We have this again. We have higher power, peace, and yin. So it's God legitimately giving you what you need to be able to make a transition and fix some shit up in your life. Because yin is about being open and receptive, and peace is about that tranquility that comes, balancing things out, putting things back in order. And then we have the higher power. The higher power is sending peace through some sort of shift or change that gives you something. But what is the something? Can you give me a hint? What is that something? No, it's this deck. What is that something? What is that something that's coming to Cancerians? What is that something? Nine of Pentacles, money that's been hidden for something that you did, or money that was hidden after being reviewed. Something like that. It's got to do with money that has been owed to you. Nine of Pentacles is here, and the Moon card is here. I don't know why it was held back, or it was kept stagnant, or something in the full moon. It's like money was owed to you, but it had to be reviewed. There was a review that it had to go to, or only in reflection did somebody realize this. Did somebody realize something had happened and money is owed to you? This could be something shady had been going on, but I think it doesn't really matter because it's been discovered. It's been brought to light. Got nothing to do with what you've done. You didn't bring it to light, but because it's been brought to light and things are now in review, money comes to you. Money comes your way. Maybe you get money back. I don't know. I don't know how. I'm a Cancerian too. I'm as curious as you are. Let's go deeper. We'll get those answers over in the extended. The link is below. I'll see you guys there.